Eric Bailey, Mason Young from Fort Worth, Texas, where Oklahoma loses their final game of the season, 21-20. Tough year, tough season for the Sooners, 6-7, disappointing, 2-6 in conference play. They had to fight to get to a bowl game, and they did. Different roster today. We saw everyone from Michael Hawkins play to Jaron Kanik with a green dot on his helmet. We saw receivers out there making more catches than they have this year, but unfortunately for Oklahoma, more drops. They finished with 7 drops. Everything added up just to a dismal 21-20 loss where you have to give Venables credit. They went for 2 points with 6 seconds to go to win the game, failed on that. Kind of epitomizes the way the Sooners just lack of execution offensively all season.
Yeah, there were some really good moments for OU in this one. They were up 14-0 early in the game, had a really rhythmic first offensive drive that was punctuated by Gavin Sawchuk's 21-yard touchdown run. He looked the best he's looked all season, getting his first touchdown of the year. And then Michael Hawkins with a little bit of magic for OU's second touchdown of the game. He rolls out to his left, there's nothing there. He rolls all the way back to his right and floats one to Zion Kearney for a 51-yard touchdown. OU's up big, but the momentum quickly faded. Navy comes right out of the gates and ties it up in the second half on the aforementioned 95-yard run by Horvath, and then OU failed to capitalize into third quarter, going fourth quarter. They missed a field goal, and the Navy put together one of their best drives, probably their best drive of the day. Lasted over 7.5 minutes and going the distance for the go-ahead touchdown. And then, as you mentioned, it all gets wrapped up in the fourth quarter with some pretty tough stuff to stomach.
50,000 fans here. Armed Forces Bowl record, a lot of them wearing crimson, a lot of them excited for the final drive of the game. Oklahoma scored on his first 2 drives, did nothing for 8 drives in the middle, had a couple 7 drop passes, failed to convert 2 4th and 1s, couldn't take advantage of a great fake punt that led to a scoring position, but they couldn't get the ball in. But finally everything wrapped up down 21-14, taking the ball with 1:47, 2 timeouts at their own 35. Michael Hawkins drives the team all the way for a touchdown. A great throw to Jake Roberts. 13-play drive where they had a 4th down conversion, they had a 3rd down conversion, and they benefited from a Navy penalty on 3rd and 17. Everything looked like Oklahoma was going to win. Final play of the game, final offensive play for the Sooners this season ends up with Michael Hawkins getting sacked. Brent Venables said he was going to go for 2 all along. Once it got to 4 minutes, they said if the clock gets below 30 seconds, they were going to go for 2. They did that. I don't really criticize them for that call. I mean, that was great. They went for the win all game. Unfortunately, just like the 2 4th and 1s, unfortunately, like the fake punt that resulted in no points, the 7 drops, they couldn't execute when it needed. Hawkins was sacked. There were some wide receivers going back. They had crossing routes. Hindsight's always 20/20. I wondered why they didn't roll Hawkins out and give him a little chance to make some with his legs. But they said they liked the play that they got. The defense was set exactly how they wanted it, just didn't execute. Led to the 21-20 loss.
So where does OU go from here? They finished 6-7. It's their second losing season in just 3 years under Brent Venables. He is the first coach since John Blake to have that situation. Two losing seasons within his first 3. Blake had 3 straight. He got fired, so a little bit of a difference there. But Venables' seat is hotter than ever going into this offseason. Fortunately, he's got a new offensive coordinator in Ben Arbuckle, who was coaching the quarterbacks for the bowl game today. Will start to call plays going into next season. And John Mateer, the transfer quarterback who followed Arbuckle from Washington State to Norman, is expected to be OU's starting quarterback next season. He was a breakout star for Wazoo this year and provides a lot of stability to the OU quarterback room. But it's all going to be a moot point, Eric, if they can't find ways to get out of their own way. They messed themselves up so many times this season with their own costly mistakes. And you can change the personnel however you want, bring in a better offensive coordinator and a better quarterback, but it's all a moot point if you keep making the same dumb mistakes and you don't execute, as you talked about their lack of execution all season. And today was just another microcosm of that.
So where do we go from here as well? Transfer portal season. It was funny, Brent Venables was asked if there'd be any coaching changes. He said he didn't want to talk about it now, but he's going to reevaluate everything as you do after a 6-7 season. So we'll keep an eye on that. And then, spring football, he said late February is when they hit the field again. So Be sure to keep up with Mason and I. It's never not football season, so we'll have all your football coverage on OU Sports Extra and every day in the newspaper at Tulsa World.